Let's get into football a little bit because we've been waiting on a legal tampering period to start for a long, long time. And
the concept of legal tampering.
It's stupid.
I mean, what are we doing?
It's stupid. These teams have been talking for weeks. They've been talking to players for weeks.
If you don't think Don Yee has been hitting up Josh McDaniels and whoever the hell's running the Raiders these days for months on end, you're tripping.
I was tagged in so many tweets yesterday.
Really?
Vontae, see, I told you. I knew Jimmy was going to be here he's going to sign with the Raiders. It's like, yeah, it was kind of predictable.
Do you think people are sad? Niner fans are sad that Jimmy is done, or you think that
That's a great question.
The Brock Purdy kind of mania has quieted all the fervor? Because if the same thing happened a year ago, I think more people would be up in arms.
888-957-9570. We haven't opened up the phone lines yet. 888-957-9570. Is anybody sad about Jimmy Garoppolo moving on?
If we would have said this a year ago, don't you think people would have been very, we would have took phone calls all day about people saying he should still be here?
I wonder.
Think about where we were. Go back to
it.
Trey struggled for 5 seconds, and people were crying from the high heavens for Jimmy Garoppolo to return. A year later, is it the injury? Is it Brock Purdy?
I don't know.
It feels
It's a great question.
It was kind of a quiet goodbye, if there can be one.
Because we knew goodbye was coming, right?
Yeah.
We knew that.
3 years in the making.
Well, when Shanahan said it as an industry suppressor, somebody said, is there a scenario in which Jimmy Garoppolo could come back? And what did Shanahan say? Said no. Said no, I don't see that scenario. I don't see a scenario in which Jimmy Garoppolo will be a 49er next season. And what do you know? He's wearing silver and black. 888-957-9570. Anybody sad about Jimmy Garoppolo? Is anybody jacked up about Javon Hargrave coming over from the Philadelphia Eagles? Signed a 4-year, $80 million deal, but it's all about the guarantees. $40 million guaranteed. So he's going to add some beef inside to this 49ers defensive line. Then we know this regime, this front office, this coaching staff loves defensive linemen. You could last year, Hargrave, 11 sacks, 60 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 16 quarterback hits, 2 pass deflections, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. He appeared in 86% of his games since his career started. It's pretty good. Out of 111 games, played 96. Played 64 to team snaps last year. 1 sack, 2 combined tackles against the Niners in an NFC title game. And now you have your replacement for DeForest Buckner. Look, this move came over the timeline. I was shocked. I didn't think the Niners were going to spend money like this, especially on the first day. Hargrave, you like the move?
I love the move. I mean, how can you not like the move? He's smaller than Eric Armstead. He reminds me of like a rhinoceros because he's shorter to the ground, and he's just huge. But he's so strong and so fast.
We saw him working out or warming up in the NFC title game. The Eagles' defensive line warmed up right in front of us, and I was like, 97's huge, 91's huge, the kid from Georgia's huge, Sue's huge, Linval.
Sweat's huge.
They were monsters.
Yes.
And Hargrave was probably one of the biggest ones out there.
Yeah, and I'm watching all the film, and I know, like the film, you're going to get nothing but highlights. You're not going to see the lowlights, but you see a guy with unbelievable strength and short area quickness. He can play along multiple positions along that line. I think he can do a lot of things in terms of eating up double teams, beating double teams, commanding double teams. I think playing alongside of Eric is going to be interesting. Armstead playing alongside of Nick Bosa is going to be interesting. Are they going to do some more stunts, things like that? I just think that they've really upgraded their defensive line.
Yeah, no, they have.
I also think that this is a guy, you want to talk about win now? This is a win now move.
No, this is
not that they're not in a win now mode. I'm just saying, like, this is a great move for them.
And you get the weekend the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. By the way, was that Mr. Mafioso or Genie of the Left?
Yeah, that was Mafia.
Oh, yeah. You get things wrong. I get things wrong. Whatever.
Sipping, what is it? Ernest and Julio Gallo wine.
Wow. Sometimes I don't know if you're really from
I got my Rallo, my butterfly.
Or if you just never left the house. Well, I was an E40 guy. Sorry.
Sipping martini, eating scampi and linguine, making blunts disappear.
I'm sorry.
Like I'm Houdini.
I'm sorry, 408. I realize there's a lot of Mac Dre fans out there. I'm a Mac Dre fan. I just put 41
I
on
got
top.
the call from young
Too
Drew.
short.
He was speaking to Islamic, but I can understand it. He said, Al Bubu, the eagle has landed.
Yeah.
My reply, pronto, cousin. I mean, this is like an all-time. It's an all-time Mac Dre song.
It is.
I mean, come on.
Those elementary rhymes. Those nursery rhymes that he used to spit. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'm gonna leave it alone because last time I critiqued Mac Dre a few years ago, everybody, oh my God, Mac Dre, how you do it? Mac Dre's good. I rock with 40 water. It's my guy. Hargrave, I love this move. All right, Sam Darnold.
Why are you so upset with Sam Darnold?
I'm not upset with Sam Darnold. I'm just it's gonna be fascinating.
Why you say that?
You look at his stats last year: 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 4-2 record. Got to play after Baker Mayfield was let go, and of course Baker Mayfield signed with the LA Rams.
Would you rather have Baker Mayfield right now or Sam Darnold?
Probably rather have Baker Mayfield. But let me ask you this. Signing Sam Darnold, is it insurance for Trey Lance and Brock Purdy? Are you signing Sam Darnold to compete for the starting job? Because there were rumors a couple years ago that the Niners were in on Sam Darnold. And the Jets were looking for a first-round pick, which I laughed at. But a lot of
I think a former co-host would have made that move.
A lot of people have linked Sam Darnold to the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. Is this an indictment on Trey Lance? What do you think? When you saw this hit the timeline, did you say, boy, Trey Lance could be some trouble?
No, I didn't think that at all. When I saw this, I was like, this to me, like if it was Matt Ryan, I would have been more worried because I just know how Shanahan operates and how the media operates. Like, oh, he's older and, he knows the playbook better and all that stupid mumbo jumbo. When the guy can't complete any passes, like none of that stuff is relevant to me. This is a reclamation project. I think this is a low risk reclamation project. It's a 1-year deal. You bring him in. He's a quote unquote veteran. He's still young. You believe that he has some upside. Maybe you can work on some of the mechanics.
Do you believe he has some upside?
I think there's some. You don't go in the top 5 of the draft. You don't have physical traits, right? He has physical traits. We all can agree there. To me, it's always been the decision making with him. He has horrific decision making.
Terrible.
He doesn't see the field. And then no one ever brings this up with him. I think he has horrible mechanics.
Yeah.
He never sets his feet. He's got this elongated Byron Leftwich throwing motion. So we do this with the mobile quarterbacks, yet we don't do it with someone like Sam Darnold. He's an awful accurate passer.
So
he's
why
not
sign
accurate.
Him? Why sign him?
Because
why bring
he's
him
better.
In?
Because he's better than a Nate Sudfeld. Because he actually has.
Is he better than Nate Sudfeld?
Yes.
Or is he the same?
No, he's better than Nate Sudfeld.
All right.
He's started games in the NFL and has had at times. Look, right now, if they missed both their quarterbacks for 3 games, he can go 2-1. That's what I look for in these backup
Strong
situations. Yeah, can you go 2-1?
Yeah.
You're not going to go 0-3 if Sam Darnold's your quarterback. Now you might go 1-2 in those scenarios, but you're not going to go 0-3. Like Josh Johnson, God bless his soul. If they had to play him at quarterback for 3 games, I feel like they probably would go 0-3.
I mean, look, I watched a lot of Sam Darnold. So, no, people are going to laugh at this.
I don't like Sam Darnold.
Listen,
I'm not a Sam Darnold fan. I think he's a terrible decision maker.
People are going to laugh at me because of the whole Brock Purdy stuff. But we watch a lot of USC football.
I know.
Watch a lot of Sam Darnold. Watch the Cotton Bowl against Ohio State. Wasn't his best moment. Watch him back here at Levi Stadium. Lit up Stanford. He did. 99-yard touchdown drive to basically steal that game. He was at his finest. We see him seeing ghosts on Monday Night Football against the Patriots. New York's a tough market. It's a tough situation. Adam Gase, I get it. It's not a good head coach. Hell, I don't even know if he's a good offensive coordinator because he got his job on the strength of Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
And Wes Welker.
And clearly people don't like him.
No doubt. And the Jets didn't really have that many weapons. So you go to Carolina. We saw what Carolina was last year. They were a mess. They were selling everybody. I just don't know. I could just already see it. If they get into a competition, and look, if you talk about the upside and he gets into this quarterback-friendly system, I don't know, man.
That's on Trey Lance. Like, if you're worried about Trey Lance.
No, I'm not. It's not about worried about Trey Lance. It's about why Sam Darnold. What does Kyle Shanahan see in Sam Darnold?
Okay, well, let's rattle off some of the.
I'm just trying to think. Does he have a strong arm? Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, Matt Ryan or Sam Darnold?
Neither. All right,
That's not
Sam
the
Darnold.
exercise. That's
Sam
not the
Darnold.
exercise.
Sam Darnold.
Okay. All right. Marcus Mariota or Sam Darnold? I think that one's closer.
Gosh, banging my head against the wall here. Mariota? I'd probably go Mariota.
I can listen to that. I can go in both directions
I'd go
on that
Mariota.
one. Andy Dalton, who I brought up last week,
Oh my God.
or Sam Darnold.
You're the same guy. Aren't they the same guy?
I think Darnold has higher highs and lower lows.
Probably lean Dalton because he's done it. At least he's led the team to the playoffs.
Okay.
But I'm thinking my head.
But this is what's out there for backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If you're not making a deal for a starter, like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I hear you. Now, Brock Purdy had the surgery last Friday, torn UCL. He's not going to be able to throw for 3 months. Apparently, he's going to be back in 6, but that pushes you right up against week 1. I wonder if there's a chance that he starts on the PUP list. If Brock Purdy's a long-term solution, I have no problem with him missing the first 4 to 6 weeks. Now, again, we talk about the 49ers slow starts, which has cost them home field advantage. And they said, you're playing at SoFi Stadium. You're playing at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Guys, Sam Darnold's our third string quarterback. Does Sam Darnold believe that?
He's coming here to try to win a job.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What's wrong with that? You love competition.
I love competition.
And I do too, and I think it'll bring the best out of everyone.
Right.
I look at this very similar, and I know people roll their eyes when say it. Every sport, you see this, but in football primarily, especially at the quarterback position, why does Carson Wentz continue to get opportunities?
Yeah.
Why, B?
Talent, upside.
Because he has physical tools that people believe in.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if
but that doesn't mean he can put it all together and be a successful quarterback. But he's got a big arm and he can move and he's got the size that you're looking for.
People hope that Carson Wentz could regain that form he had during that Super Bowl run.
And so
I believe he's damaged goods, but
I'm with you, and I think Carson Wentz has played better football, especially in that one season with Philly, than anything Sam Darnold's done. But like B, I'm looking at this the way that any GM would. All right, this is a guy who's a former top 5 pick, who's had some unfavorable situations, injury history. Our situation is much more stable than those prior spots. If he can come in and push Trey Lance, great. Trey Lance will be better for it. If he can come in and beat out Trey Lance, well, then maybe Trey's just not that guy.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Like, and maybe you get the best out of Sam Darnold that everyone was hoping for X amount of years ago. Probably this will be a moot point, and Sam will show some flashes, and it'll push Trey, and maybe he'll show some flashes, and then Brock Purdy comes back, and he's the starter anyway. So, there's 15 different outcomes here, and I don't see what the downside. This is such a low-risk move.
Well, and a high reward, right? Because the minute he balls out in the preseason, and if Trey Lance struggles, you know what's going to happen.
But again,
you know what the drum's going to do.
But Bunty, isn't this about results?
It is about results. But if you go into the season with Sam Darnold, how much faith do you have in the 49ers' success?
I mean,
Bunty, do you have faith in Shanahan to make something out of this guy?
Last year, we turned the whole season over to Jimmy Garoppolo. Then he went down, and we turned it over to Brock Purdy.
You're right
now, Shanahan has earned the benefit of the doubt that if and again, I'm going because what he did last year, he's earned the benefit of the doubt that I trust him. I trust his decision-making here. And look, if it doesn't pan out, you cut Sam Darnold and you move on. You're praying that your two young quarterbacks step to the forefront.
Listen, a lot of people want to point the finger at me for stirring some stuff up.
What are you stirring? I think you're just asking appropriate questions.
I just know how this fan base operates. This fan base was ready to go all in on Nick Mullins. We took calls.
Yeah, we're insane.
We talk to people.
I admit that. And I'm leading the train.
Well, you're just an insane individual. You're listening to 95.7 KGMC, FM and HD1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage.
Is Sam Darnold better than Josh Johnson, who was your quarterback at the end of the Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He is.
And are you sure that he's not better than Nate Sudfeld? Because I think most GMs would think that he is. That's why he's gotten opportunities.
61 touchdown passes. 55 interceptions over the course of his 5 years.
I mean, that's better than Alex Smith's early career.
He lost a job in Carolina. Had a chance to take the job over.
I know.
9 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Was unplayable down the stretch. Now think about the fumbles. He said he fumbled the ball 35 times over the course of his career. 35 times. Ouch. Now, teams have recovered it 11 times. With 35 fumbles? Yikes.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean,
ball security.
Jimmy fumbled a lot too, and it's not good.
Yeah, ball security.
Look, I'm not here to make the case that Sam Darnold is my prototype quarterback. I think it's a low risk move, and I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And best case scenario, he does play really, really well. Well, then, man, look what Shanahan can do with someone who no one else could figure out. And then if it brings the best out of Trey Lance, great. If it doesn't, and Trey Lance flounders, then maybe Trey Lance just isn't good enough.
It's on Trey to win the job. Let's go to David in Oakland. David, what's happening? You're on the roast. Good morning, David. David, turn your radio down. Let's go. Let's go, David.
What's up?
What's up, baby?
What you got?
Just talking about that moving Jimmy G over to the Raiders. Is he worth $67 million when he's been hurt 3 out of the 4 years he's played? Come on, man. But the good thing the 49ers did is they picked up Hargrave. That's good for him. Now they'll have a really good pass rush with him and both on the end, man. But then again, you got Sam Darnold. You got to be kidding me. Man, oh, man. Why would you get Sam Darnold?
Who do you want to win a quarterback job, David? Who's your preference at quarterback?
Who?
Who do you prefer at quarterback for the 49ers?
I'd like to see Purdy stay in there.
All right. David's a little fired up this morning. A little fired up. Sam Darnold. 510 Xfinity Mobile text line.
The bar's closed at 2 a.m.
They do. Well, I don't know. Maybe you got to look. You probably got a bar at home. Was Carson Palmer the last good USC pro quarterback?
Sanchez had a couple of moments. But yes, Carson Palmer's probably that guy. But let me just tell you this right now. Do not shy away from the kid who's wearing number 13 in the USC colors right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, and I know
he's more of an Oklahoma quarterback. I'm kidding.
I would trade, and I know I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, but I swear to God I would. I would trade Bosa for the opportunity to draft that kid from USC. That's how good I think he is. I think he is a star.
And you're the biggest Bosa fan.
I know. Wow. That's how highly I think of the kid,
statement.
Caleb Williams.
That's a strong statement.
I know. But I always take quarterback over pass rush. And pass rush is number 2. But if you're doing a hierarchy, quarterback, then pass rush.
Damn. That's a strong take. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I think Caleb is one of the best throwers that I've seen coming out of college in a long, long time. Kid is special.
Andrew Luck?
What?
Andrew Luck?
I love Andrew Luck. You know
Watson,
that.
Trevor Lawrence.
He's a better thrower of the football than Deshaun Watson.
Trevor Lawrence?
He's incredible.
I think people forget how good Deshaun Watson was at Clemson.
No, he was awesome.
I mean, awesome.
Bonte, if USC could get a stop, they would have been in those national title games. Stop. Their offense was scoring like 55 a game.
Yeah, but they didn't go up against no defenses. Once they went up against a physical defense, they got to shut the hell down.
Caleb's sweet.
Utah shut them down in the Pac-12 championship.
He still scored, 40 points.
No, the Pac-12 championship?
Oh, the championship game, no. But he was hurt. He hurt himself.
Oh, no, they hurt him.
He tore his groin running.
I hear you. Boy, I like Caleb. I don't like when people just go straight to the job. Oh, he's the next Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't even say that name.
No, but that's out there though. That's out there. You know it's out there.
It's just literally identifying someone and saying, hey, he reminds me of player X, Y, and Z. I have no problem with player
I don't know if I could trade Bosa. But Bosa's coming off that postseason in which he didn't record a sack and he was kind of quiet. So I don't know.